BBC News.
You're listening to NewsHour. Now, fencing has always been an Olympic sport, but it's often seen as elitist in many countries, including the UK, because of its historical ties to royalty and the aristocracy. Now, though, there are community clubs and more grassroots investment. However, Muslim women and girls in the UK sometimes find it difficult to get involved in the sport. Frey Lindsay's been to meet a group of people trying to overcome both of those barriers.
I'm at Sandringham Primary School in East London. A group of young girls, all around 9 years old, are kitted out in fencing masks and protective gear. The girls are taking part in a program called Muslim Girls Fence, run by the London-based charity Maslahah and British Fencing.
So what we do here is we learn fencing, we do lunges, we parry, and we also do some sparring.
That's Nimrat, one of the students, and they're all watched over by coach Zora Khanum.
So I'm having them practice how to do a lunge and focus on their fencing footwork.
Several of the girls here are wearing their religious headscarves, something that fencing accommodates quite well because of the hooded masks fencers have to wear anyway. Though it's one of the hottest days of the year, the girls are having fun.
It's a new thing to do and it's fun for me. It makes me feel like I'm learning something new and it gives me more confidence. I think it's a good opportunity to learn new things. Yeah, it makes me feel more confident so that I can protect myself.
It makes me confident because it's like a new thing that I've learned.
I love it. I think I'm going to be doing fencing footsteps wherever I go just to practice.
Coach Zora is a member of the local community. She says she first learnt about Muslim Girls Fence from a leaflet.
When I tell people that I fence, the first reaction isn't, oh, fencing with the metal kit or with a sword. They think I'm building fences or painting fences. And I love the fact that I'm able to break that sort of stereotypes or preconceived ideas about who is able to access these sports.
This project is funded from British charity funds such as Comic Relief and the National Lottery. But project manager Alia Frederick says it could reach many more young Muslim girls around the country.
The big funding and government bodies talk about Muslim women often in this quite paternalistic way of they're hard to reach communities, but no community is hard to reach. It's just not given the resources to do that.
Georgina Usher is chief executive of British Fencing and a 10-time national fencing champion.
We have managed to secure funding, and I will say from various different sources, some of which is through Sport England, some of which comes through other sources, but it absolutely is extremely hard for organisations to access the kind of seed funding they need to get these programmes off the ground.
British Fencing so far have invested nearly $200,000 into community fencing projects, as well as helping them access nearly $400,000 in other funding from Sport England and other organisations.
Initial funding is extremely important for projects like this. They are always costly to get off the ground. When you go into a community, you need to adapt to the local community. And part of the longer-term sustainability element of these projects is you are training up local people to be able to deliver those projects in local settings. So it takes time, and yes, there's an upfront cost.
But she believes that upfront investment in sport pays dividends in the long term and may produce some future Olympic fencers.